Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about learning styles. So let me first give you a brief about what is even meant by this. Haven't you always wondered when you're watching TV or you're listening to music, you're reading a book, somewhere you feel that it has an edge over the other? That is, while watching something, you can understand it much better, or you feel much at ease when you're reading something. So, do you know that that actually has a meaning to it? It has a name to it. So, basically, that is called your learning style. So, learning styles refer to the different ways in which individuals absorb, process, and retain information. Basically, it is how you understand any kind of content. Each person has a preferred method of learning, and this impacts their academic performance or their understanding of new concepts. Basically, if you understand things better visually and you're made to read something, you will take a lot of time or you may not even understand it. That is why your learning style matters a lot. And this is understood much better with the VARK model. Now, what does VARK mean? It stands for visual, oral or auditory, read or write, and kinesthetic. So, if you know your learning style of your audience as an ID, you can even tailor the learning material accordingly. For example, if your audience is mostly auditory learners, that is, they understand better audio information. In that case, you will not opt for creating any kind of a video or any kind of a textual information. Instead, you would opt for a podcast, right? Because they understand audio information much better. So, here is an example of different types of learners and their learning styles using the VARK model. So, if your learners are auditory, you should opt for something like songs or poems, tongue twisters, podcasts, interviews, debates, all of this which relates to your auditory senses. Similarly, if you're a visual learner, then opt for something like videos, flashcards, anything to do with your eyes, colorful images, maps, charts, graphs, cartoons, posters, anything that is visual. Similarly, if you understand better by reading or writing, that is textual information, in that case, you opt for something that has to do with reading or writing. That is, you tell your learners to do something like a task of note taking, you go through a case study, you actually write down information, look at literature, anything of that sort. And the fourth type of learner who is kinesthetic, in that case, they understand better by touch. So in that case, now the other three will not work. What you have to do is make them actually work. That is, you opt for a role play, you go out and play, that is, indulge in games or gamified activities. You ask them to actually exercise, go opt for crafts, or you go ahead and dance, anything to do with gestures and touch. That is kinesthetic information. So now how will you know that your learners are actually an audio learner or are they a visual learner? How do you understand? So there are multiple questionnaires or inventories which will help you do this. What you can see on screen right now is just one example. There are many. You can simply type learning style quizzes on Google. So the URL which I have shown here on screen is simply the VARK questionnaire. If you simply just type VARK questionnaire in Google also, you will see it. Another example which I have shown on the right side of the screen is an learning style inventory. If you fill this out, you will understand which type of a learner you yourself are. So if you give this to your audience, you will understand them much better. So basically, take that quiz and find out. So now we'll take one step ahead and understand the theory of multiple intelligences. This was created by Howard Gardner. He defines intelligence not as IQ but rather as skills that enables anybody to gain knowledge and solve problems. Basically, he has defined different types of multiple intelligences, which translates into learning styles later. And mostly in your audience, you will not have one type of people, that is a group of people having the same learning style. That is mostly never going to happen. So you will have a combination of different types of learning styles. All of these learning styles will indicate different ways of interacting with the world. Basically, different ways in which you indulge in activities, or you read or write, or basically understand information. But Howard Gardner actually first spoke about multiple intelligences. He defined 8 or 9 intelligences, which you can see on screen right now. The four which we have already discussed, that is the one which is kinesthetic, which is audio, which is visual, or which is dealing with reading or writing. But Howard Gardner even added few more. That is something that is intrapersonal, interpersonal, or it has to do with logical reasoning, or musical information, or naturalistic. That is, you understand better when you are in nature. So let's understand this little bit better. So if your intelligence has to do with visual or spatial information, then as an ID, you should use more of charts or graphs. We've already discussed this. So you see that there is a thin line between learning styles and multiple intelligences. That is why I've discussed it in the same session, because they slightly overlap with each other. So if your audience is mostly visual or spatial, that is, even their intelligence is visual or spatial, use charts or graphs or maps and implement digital tools which will help them in learning better. Whereas if they are verbal people, that is, their intelligence is more word smart, then you create lists or statistics or facts, do with verbal, that is to do with words. If they are more logical people, that is, they understand key concepts better logically, in that case, you deal with statistics or facts. That is anything to do with logical reasoning. They should be able to track their process and goals. That is logical information. Now, if your audience is auditory or they are mostly music smart, in that case, anything to do with listening, in that case, help them to participate in debates or discussions, anything that they can listen to, even if it is music, it is songs, it is poems, or in audio, include it in programming. In that case, they will learn much better. If your audience is mostly social, that is, they are people smart, in help them in indulging in role plays and games or peer learning. Don't make them sit in one place in front of the screen, because they are going to get bored very soon. Versus if it is the opposite, that they are intrapersonal, that is, they are self smart, then don't make them work with each other, that is peer learning or social learning. Don't go into that, because they are never going to participate. Let them be on their own. The self-paced, that we were discussing till now, self-paced learning, let them be that way. That is, let it be flexible in their learning space. Let them work on their own. Now, if they are bodily or kinesthetic, that is body smart, then let it be hands-on, something that they can actually touch and feel. And versus if they are nature smart, then let them pick topics that are related to daily life. That is where they can observe and record data. All of this will help you understand your audience better and cater your modules accordingly. But at the same time, remember that there is no one right way to learn. Your audience is always going to be a mix and match of all of this. So now, learning styles versus multiple intelligences. Understand this distinction. That is, learning style is basically a way of processing information. How do you understand information? When you're listening to something, you're watching it, how does it go and get translated back into your brain? Versus multiple intelligences is actually distinct intellectual capacity of someone. That is something they already possess. The fundamental difference between these two is that learning style is the way we acquire information, versus multiple intelligence simply tells you the way your brain is. So that is why I said that there is a thin line. It overlaps. And once you know your audience better, you will be able to cater your information accordingly. And now, why should you even bother doing all of this? How does this help you as an ID? Basically, you will be able to present content in multiple ways. So, make sure that you do not overdo anything. That is, if something is very text heavy, again, your visual people are never going to understand it. Your audio people never going to understand it. You should be able to adapt all of your information to diverse intelligences. That is, it should be able to relate to different types of people. Balance that individual preference. and also your business need, always. And also, most importantly, move beyond that one size fits all solution which we have been dealing with traditionally. Since eternity, we have been dealing with only one size fits all. That is, create one PPT and you're done. Show it in the class and get rid of it. Or even which you see your daily HR training program, something that is your L&D team makes it, which is mandatory. Most people fall asleep. So if you don't want your learners to fall asleep, make sure that you know their learning style and you create your content accordingly. I hope you like this. If you did, then please share and subscribe and share it with your friends too. We will meet in the next session. Till then, take care.